Excellent. All right. All right. So now we are refresh. Now we are back to I am broadcasting directly to Twitch and YouTube without Streamplace in the mix. I do know that people on Streamplace had been reporting some crackling, so I've removed that variable from the situation. And clean audio, excellent, excellent. We got 2 votes for clean audio. Sweet. All right, I'm gonna report that to the Streamplace folks. I'm in their Discord, and we'll see what they say. Cool. So we're gonna. All right. So that also made a decision for me, because on Ubuntu, Ada Multistream was not working. So yay, we got whammy. We got whammy. Yeah, it was Streamplace whammy. Let me move you so I can see you. I'm gonna move you. Whammy, you're coming over here. Not just clean, but clean AF. Excellent. All right, cool. So we can play some music then. I think that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. So anyway, this is nice now too because I can send the Streamplace folks the YouTube. I'm gonna make the YouTube the older YouTube streams unlisted, and I can send those to them, and then they can maybe. I don't think there are VODs on Streamplace yet, but I know they're working on it. But at least then they'll be able to hear what it sounds like, and then they can compare between the one going through their relay and not through their relay. So cool, excellent. So we got Cathedora says the audio is clean. So sweet. So the other decision that made for me then is I can use Ada Multistream on Debian. I cannot on Ubuntu, so Ubuntu is going to get wiped. And thank you for your service. Thank you everybody for troubleshooting with me. Excellent. Why is my Stream Elements bot running? No. I thought I got rid of you. No, here. My Stream Elements bot is running and my Streamlabs bot are both running on YouTube, so that's a thing. Let me see if I can just oh, you know what I can do here? 24-hour timeout for Stream Elements. All right, sorry for all the bot chatter over there, Whammy. So many bot messages. Have no wonder. Whammy says, I have no idea what any of that means, but I understand the exhilaration of solving a problem. So the other thing that I did while we're here is I moved my desk. My desk is now, you can kind of see it. My desk is over here. It was over there in a corner. And so that changed things. I had to move the mic and whatever. And I might move so I'm sitting 90 degrees with the bookshelf to my right. I don't know. But that's going to cause other problems. One thing at a time, or 30 things at a time, as we're doing. All right, so let's get back to this. Let's do some cello practice, like for real. Let's just keep working on this song. How about that? I didn't do any warm-ups. I didn't do any I haven't done any of my technique stuff, whatever. Oh, this guy. Whammy noticed my controller, my Novation. It's a Novation Launchpad Pro. That just sits on my desk and mocks me because I haven't been doing anything with it. So there's that. My equipment just sits and mocks me. Okay, so this next section. Here, let me. So I want to go back and work on this here. So as a reminder, this piece is supposed to mimic the duduk, which is a Armenian double reed instrument, and it's the saddest instrument ever, according to my teacher. So there's a crescendo and a decrescendo there that I don't think I'm making come out very well, but I want to work on that a little bit. See, Rainstorm says, Amazon offering me $1,300 kitchen knife sets. I got the algorithm so confused. Oh my. I mean, I hope they're nice knives. That sounds like they would be, based on the price alone. Yeah, Whammy, I've also got a Launch Key Mini over there hanging out as well that also mocks me. Where are you? This is a yard sign Whammy, but it's really beautiful. I bought it. There's a toy store. There's a toy. So, you know, like all the things that have been happening over here in Minnesota. Well, there's a toy store, there's a cat cafe, and there's a sex shop that are like the bastions of the resistance up here. And then, you know, all the people in the bookstores and all the, there's a lot, but like they've been very, very, very vocal about things. So I got that sign, and I got this one at the toy store. So if you're in town ever, go spend some money at Mischief Toys or Cats and Coffee or at the Smitten Kitten, as well as our fabulous immigrant-owned restaurants. And rainstorm, yeah, that's the. So we don't know where the dildos at the Fed building came from, or I don't, and I don't want to. Yeah. Nivex, news of the Smitten Kitten resistance reached even here in North Carolina. Yeah, they do good work. They've always done good work, because they're like really into like products that are like non-toxic, and they've always done really good work. But also, yeah, And if you're in town, also stop by the Smitten Kitten and drop them some cash for their mutual aid fund. Mischief Toys is pretty cool too. They're like it's in an old house. There's some shops. It's in St. Paul, and there's some shops on Grand Avenue in St. Paul that are in old converted houses. So they're one of those shops in a converted house, and it's really cool. And they've got like all these little like, they've got because it's a house. They've got different stuff in all the little rooms, and it's like a cool place to, it's a cool place to shop. They aren't. I don't think they're selling online these days. I want to like really see if I can get that glissando. So this should be flautendo. Oh no, we have fires up on the iron range. I heard like it's supposed to be supposed to be a not a great year for air quality. So one thing that my teacher wanted me to do, there's a lot of things on this note that I'm supposed to do here. So the glissando is kind of like a whammy. Yeah. That's all for you, whammy. So cellos usually vibrato like this. Right? And guitarists vibrato like this. Where they're kind of bending the string. For the vibrato here, my teacher wants me to do the string bending thing and have my wrist moving. And that's a lot. That's a lot of things to try and do all at once. So the composer is instructing us at the very beginning of the piece to play around with glissando and speed and width of vibrato. So that's what's going on here. Let's see, hello with a Floyd Rose or a color or a cello. My electric cello has, it's not a Floyd Rose. It's my electric cello has, I think they're piezo. I don't know if they're piezos. I think they're piezo pickups. But I do not have a whammy bar on my cello, my electric cello. Pasquina says the bot is a little creepy. Is it the bot's icon? Or is it just that it keeps spitting? It's like way chatty. Like that's so much more chatty than I want it to be. Okay. Well, that's getting easier to make sound interesting. The frequency, not the content, she says. It's trying really hard. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have to adjust the settings. The issue now that the way that Whammy, so Holly's bot has, and the way that this bot was set up before, it wasn't working, but the way that it was set up before is to each of the platforms, it had completely separate configs. So, and this is how Holly's bot works too, is there's separate configs. So they don't necessarily have to have all of the things. But now that I changed my bot, it's like they just everything on the timers, everything just goes to both platforms. So I have to, I'm probably going to trim some of those things down. Because this is too much bot. Too much bot. Why are you so noisy? And then the other thing is, because YouTube's character limitations are shorter, I'm gonna have to tweak the wording. But yeah, even on Twitch, it's a little chatty. So I will tone that down, but not now. Let's work on this. Let's go to the next section here. I want to work on this part here. So I was working on this last time, I think. We're kind of skipping ahead here. We do that whole thing, except we start there. But this is a all up bow. So it's a lot of notes in one bow stroke. And then there's a lot of shifting. So let's work on the shifting first. And so I'm going to play everything one note per bow. We're just going to do each set. We're going to do 4 notes. Well, we're going to do 5 notes. There's 4 notes in a set. These are 16th notes. So now let's do it in one bow. So then the next set, I bet it's actually. So DCS Deep, welcome back. It was actually Streamplace. So what I did was we were relaying through Streamplace because I had to, because I couldn't multi-stream. I couldn't go direct in Ubuntu to the different platforms because I can only go to one at a time. So I was like, let's just use the Streamplace relay. The crackling is from Streamplace. So it's either something with my config or more likely, because I think some other people have been mentioning some crackling on Streamplace. I'm going to go... I might go and watch some streams over there to see if there's crackling for other people too, but it might be on their end. Or it could be some settings from, because the settings, Streamplace had some very specific settings that they wanted you to use, so it could be, I could have missed something there. But that's the situation. So I'm not blaming Ubuntu. I'm going to blame Streamplace. But then at the same time, if I can't use the Streamplace relay to multi-stream, I have to use Debian. So that made all of my, that made the decision there for what platform to use. You were hoping to blame NVIDIA drivers. No, I'm not even using NVIDIA drivers. Well, on Debian, these are the whatever the Mujo drivers. I think I have to go back and look in what my teacher wrote in his copy to see what fingering he does there. If he does it the same, so the previous set, it's 1, 2, 2. And I'm not sure. What's up, Luna? Luna, are you here or are you there? That is the question, or somewhere in between. Somewhere in between. I think you'll know how to answer that question. I'm trying to be vague. So that's the second set and the third set. And that's it. But those are all of those notes, all 12 of those notes are just one bow. And that is hard. And it's hard to make it sound good, to have good tone. And to make it not boring. All right, so now I could probably make this, can I make it more flautendo? Okay. It sounds very mechanical. I'm going to have to make it more musical sounding, but that's a work in progress. Let's see, Remy says, how many notes are there in one string from the nut up to where it meets the body? That's a very guitarist question. You're asking me how many frets are on my instrument, basically. So it's not a simple answer because you can play. Send a message. Okay. Oh, so here, the octave is here. Where? So that's an A here. That is, this is fourth position. It's fifth position is where you get to the octave. So here. So does that, the strings are, the neck is similar in length. Guitar and cello are pretty close in length. So I don't know if that answers it, but like in terms of like, you know, because there's no frets, you can play all the way up here past the fingerboard even. And yeah. So the octave is basically the octave is here. So it's like, it's that, where can you see that? It's that much. So it's like, that's probably 3 inches from the bout here. This is the bout. So just up to where so this is fourth position here. That's an E. So that's where your thumb rests in the cradle here. And then there's a harmonic there. There's a harmonic there. If that helps. We're going to get to harmonics shortly in the other piece. Okay, so now this next, there's another, oh gosh, how many? Oh wait, no. There's some big long slurs here, and I don't know how fast this is supposed to be. I'm not playing it that slow. It's not a fast piece, but there's a lot of notes in these bowings. There's a lot of notes in these bows. And then here, so the hack is guitarist is trying to transpose to what I know. It's Rainstorm. Not you, Emmy. Not you. That's Rainstorm, self-described. This is, wait, that's no. I haven't had a lesson on this part yet. So that's that whole section. There's a lot of that's a lot of notes. And not all of them. So that starting here, I will tell you. I'll play one note per bow, and I'll tell you where the bow changes. The bow changes here. And then here we have 3 up bows. So that's a lot of notes. That's all one bow, and then we go. And then we got, that's still one bow, but I think they're supposed to be a little bit, like, not slurred, basically. I don't know what the best way to practice this is. Probably how I was. One section at a time. And these are 30-second notes. So these are faster. The interesting thing about that last little bit is we go from a, we're changing the distance. So we have like regular position and then extended position, and we have some extended position stuff. And I need to prepare as I shift. I need to prepare that extended position. So the bowing is. I'm gonna have to ask my teacher about this. So I didn't have a lesson last week because something got screwed up, and it wasn't my fault and it wasn't my teacher's fault, but I ended up not making it to my lesson. And so I was like really bummed because on Wednesday I felt like I had a really good practice, and I was like all like ready to go into my lesson and be like, all right, let's, check out what I did. And then I just, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Let's take a look at, did I write any of these fingerings in? No. Let's look at the other one. Let's look at the other piece. Let's go back actually before we do that. Let's go to this part. We're going to go backwards a little bit to in the middle section between the two sections I was playing. Oh, and if anybody's just arriving too, I am tuned down. So those are normal A, D. That's an F sharp instead of a G. And that's a B instead of a C. So just FYI. If any of you have perfect pitch and you're like, that cello sounds weird, yes, that's why. And the notes that I'm looking at are not the same. Are like the notes that I'm looking at aren't the notes that I'm playing. It's just it's as if the sheet music, basically the way that this is written out, which is the same thing for like guitar tablature too, is they tell you what the tuning is, and then all the notes are as if you're in standard tuning, but you're just not. So, let's see. Whammy wants to know if you still got charged for the lesson. I probably will, and it's fine because it's partly my fault. I didn't check something before I left. There was a major traffic situation, and I could not, like, I spent 90 minutes. Like, I left even a little bit earlier than I normally do, but there was like a major traffic situation that was clogging up all of the routes to get where I needed to go. And so, and then when I finally got near like where I could park, then there was no place to park. And I was like, it was like 20 minutes till my lesson was supposed to be over. So then I was just like, I'm just like, by the time I get my cello out of the case, I'll need to put my cello back into the case. So I texted my teacher and was like, I'm sorry, I give up. I'll see you next week. Yeah. What's up, DJ Vegan in Black? Thank you for the resub. 59 months. My goodness. If you're not following DJ Vegan in Black, you should do that. Absolutely should do that. I don't have a Stream Deck button. Do I have a thing? Yes, I do. Oh, and all my mouse is backwards. You should follow DJ Vegan in Black because she's awesome. And she DJs good music. I mean, and she's got a dog whose birthday was yesterday. Happy belated birthday, Balana. I'm sorry I missed things. I had to miss the Balana birthday party. But I hope it was good. Yes, there's for those of you in Twitch chat, and and actually for everybody, that was Balana floating up in the emote area. So I need to work on that, the pizzicato. So with the pizzicato, I need to get a finger down to play the pizzicato like before, early. So I'm supposed to put the finger down when I hit this note, probably. When I hit that note, I should be getting my finger ready to do that. So let's work on that. Pizza taco, no, pizzicato. Pizza taco though. I've had taco pizza. I don't know about how a pizza taco would go. I mean, I guess you just put the stuff. I guess you just put the stuff for the taco for the pizza in the taco. And I think I can probably play this quieter too. So then there's another pizzicato there. Another pizza taco. DCS Deep says taco pizza. Was it Happy Joe's? I don't know. I had no. I mean taco pizza's a thing. Counting Coup, welcome in. It's nice to see you. I hope you've been well. It's been a minute. I was thinking of the people in your part of the world, including you, recently. Let's see here. But no, the taco, there's a pizza place called Mesa Pizza. It has a few locations in town that I know does a taco pizza. But I know it's not that. But I never had a pizza taco. I have to sneeze. Okay. Usually I sneeze multiple times in a row, so I'm like kind of waiting for more sneezes. So I don't know how to manage that, because there's a lot going on here. Leave it to Eric to bring up food. I mean, food. We all eat food usually. I hope so. It's a nice common ground topic. But yeah, I think Mesa Pizza is probably where I would have had taco pizza. And then there's another pizza place, Pizza Luce, in town that has multiple locations that has some fun pizzas. I don't know if they have a taco pizza. They probably do. Counting Coup says taco stuff will go on just about anything, whereas pizza stuff doesn't seem to go as well on as much, in my opinion. I mean, I think that's fair. I think you could make it work, though. Let's work on this. Well, let's come back to this. I'm getting ahead of myself. Caffeinated Linux says it's a good thing I ate a couple hours ago. Yeah. I don't know if you've been here the whole time or not, but we're on Debian now, and it wasn't Ubuntu's fault. The crackling wasn't Ubuntu's fault. The crackling was the Streamplace relay's fault. Or my settings, but it was because of the Streamplace relay. There's a crescendo here, actually, too. FYI, we heard the sneeze. Yeah, so I have two mics. I have an AT2020 down here, so I turned this one off just so you wouldn't get blasted. Yeah, so I have two mics, two inputs, right? But everything's going into one mixer, and that one mixer is going into the computer, so the computer views the mixer as one source. The mixer is an audio interface. probably should start that phrase not so close to the frog. Gotcha. I should celebrate the win instead of continuing to troubleshoot. I'm convinced it was stream place. Forgot the crescendo. So what are these fingers here? And I got to figure out how to not completely stop playing there. What's up, Helen? So here, this is mezzo forte. What is going on here? And then that's the part we were working on before. So the tricky thing is like getting my fingers down for the pizzicato notes, and they got to stay. They got to stay out of the way. And then the bow has to keep playing, and I have to make sure to have a good sound. There's a lot to think about here. There's a lot to think about. So let's go to the other piece. This is the one with all the harmonics. So it's there's double stops and there's a harmonics. Let's do one at a time. I'll do the low notes or the low string, and then I'll do the high string. Let's see, Whammy says, is there such a thing as a cello elbow? Seems like you can't get the pressure from thumb clamping up high on the fretboard, and you get the pressure from your elbow. Okay, so actually what's happening is you use gravity. So, I mean, there's probably, I don't know specifically about like cello elbow, but you are using gravity. And I, on my other side, I use my shoulder too much. And I need to be more, my teacher tells me you should be like a dog that is, you know, up. That's how I should be. And that's not how I am. You want to try a cello? Yeah, so I don't know if that, but that's, yeah, but this should be gravity, not so much. And you absolutely do not want to be like gripping the cello. It should be, you should just be using gravity, and your thumb isn't really like on a guitar, your thumb works a little bit harder. But on a cello, your thumb is it's just kind of there. It's just kind of resting, you know, it's kind of touching the neck, but it's not really doing a lot. And sometimes it's in the way, like when you're trying to get up there. But yeah, so this piece is same composer, Helen Mountfort, and the lower notes. What's up, Usa? No, it's not. That's not right. Got to hit those right on. And then it's the same. So the double stops are. Then it changes. Then we go these harmonics. Where is it? It's on the where the F usually is. There it is. Where are you? That one is tricky to find. Like this harmonic, that's like, it's a little bit harder on the C string or the B string right now, but the harmonic in the middle, there's kind of a big target. There's a smaller target for the other ones. There it is. So here, no. These are ones. of the Minnesota flag. Yeah, I got a big one too. But I got to find out where to put it. I've got a Dragon Con flag. I've got a Minnesota flag, and then I think and I've got a big banner that I need to find homes for. And then I've got the Chill Hop Lounge from VGM Con, which is over there right now. I think I'm going to put it over there where my desk used to be. Lost the harmonic again. And some of it is the bow too. If it's not all my left hand. The right hand. Overshooting it. See, Caffeinated Linux says, was not my first choice, but still better than a seal on a bed sheet, although the new seal is pretty badass too. Yeah, so what Caffeinated Linux is talking about is, so this is the new Minnesota state flag. The old one was really boring, and it was a racist, it was a racist motif, but it was just like a picture, like, just like a picture, but it was like in the middle of the circle, right? And then the flag was blue. And aside from the thematic, content of the flag, the other problem was it looked like every single other state flag. Like Wisconsin state flag is another good example of a bad example where you can't tell what it is because the seal is so tiny. Like a flag is supposed to be able to be visible from a distance. So the state had a competition and a bunch of artists submitted flag designs, and this is the one that won. And obviously here. So, and what I like about it is, so we've got, the Minnesota in, an abstract, simplified Minnesota with the North Star, there. And then we've got water for our lakes. And it's a very simple design, and you can identify it from a distance, which I think it's a very good, very well designed. And there were some other really nice ones too. I did enjoy the laser loon. The loon is the state bird, and so you'll see, and loons have red eyes. So people here, I don't know if they do it anywhere else, but they have like the lasers. They made the red eyes into lasers, and which I think is cool. But that one didn't win. But this one is probably like that. It's a nice choice, I think. But then there's some controversy because some places are using the old Minnesota flag as a racist dog whistle, basically. So some communities in the state have voted to not fly the new flag, but to fly the old flag. And I'm like, I think this is a nice flag, and the old flag is ugly. Aside from being not the kind of message we want to send to people, like the old flag is ugly and it's not practical. So anyway, red eyes like a Terminator. Exactly. See, Caffeinated Linux says, I was hoping for tricolor that the current flag was derived from. Yeah, so there was a version that had, I think it was it like a light blue for the sky and then green for the land and then a darker blue or something. There were three. It was either white and green and a different blue or something like that was one of the versions. And then I think the artist that made the state flag, has some other work up and available that's pretty nice. I think it was a light blue, green, and white for the snow. Yeah. Rainstorm says the old flag tells me not to do business in that town or business. Yes. I mean, in some ways it's, convenient that before you spend your money, you know, you know what you're supporting or not supporting. Yeah. I'm overshooting going this way. This is tricky because you got to hit him. Okay, so that's not actually the bowing. It's bouncy. Always bounced bow. Part of the bow this should be. Usually it's easier to bounce somewhere in the lower third. Rainstorm says nobody gave a crap about the old flag until the woke new flag came around. Yep, that's how it did work. Yes. So that's that part. And then it changes. And then the chord changes here. So we do this twice. Someone call. See you, DCS Jeep. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good week. See you soon. See, County Crew says, if someone calls a thing woke, that's an instant sign of a brain on life support. Just like be nice to people. Like really be nice to people. So here, this chord change here. keep overshooting it. The most hilarious thing I saw marketed as anti-woke was coffee. Like, buddy, we call that decaf. Yeah. I need to be careful not to touch the other string. There's the sweet spot. Thunder. A little bit of thunder. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's definitely rain hitting the window. I don't know if the mic is picking that up or not. Okay, so that's the... So we do this one twice, then we do this one twice, then we go this one twice, then we go back to this one. And it ends. Then we go back to the beginning. Let's see if we can do this, actually. We'll do it without the bounce bow. Those are sounding better. Those harmonics are sounding better now. So that's the main part with the double stops, but not the right type of bow, but we're working on it. Let's see. Famished Falling, welcome in. Have a strat. Is it weird switching when guitar is tuned in fourths and the cello is in fifths? Yes, it is. Well, I mean, not really, because I also play the violin, so I have guitar brain, and that is separate from cello brain. That is separate from violin brain. So, because I don't think in notes when I'm playing guitar. Really, I think in shapes and patterns, and like I think spatially for guitar, and I think in notes for cello. So I don't know. I don't know if that answers your question. So it's not as much that it's weird, it's that I think differently. I would like to be able to think in patterns and shapes and like geometrically better on the cello, and I would also like to be able to think more in notes on the guitar. So, you know, we're working on it. It's a constant work in progress. And don't mind my bot. I have to my bot is very chatty, and I just switched bots, and it's more chatty than I would like it to be, and I'm going to take care of that when I'm offline. So Whammy also plays guitar, and he says, I bet it is. On guitar, a fourth up is the same note as a fifth down, and a fifth up is the same as a fourth down. Yeah, so like, I mean, and now this cello is tuned actually A, D, F sharp, B right now for this piece that I'm working on. So everything's weird. Everything's weird and it's confusing. And it's the most confusing when I'm too lazy to tune my cello back to standard and I'm doing like some warm-up exercises, and the notes that I'm looking at are not the notes that I'm supposed to be playing, but for like warm-ups on one string, it doesn't really matter as long as I'm in the right spot or whatever. But sometimes I have to do musical math to figure out, like, to make sure that I know that the intervals I'm playing are correct, if that makes sense. Actually, any two numbers that equal 9, right? I'm not following. Normally, I mean, playing cello is really just like playing in drop D all the time, right? On the two lower strings. Power chords. Okay, so the next section we're repeating. So we had the double stop section, and then we go back. Oh, this is different. So now we're in. So this is a really good example of where I'm probably going to end up thinking in shapes and in geometry instead of notes, actually, because we're just moving over a string. Let's see. Yeah, we've got, wait. We got a big string crossing. That's what that's all about. See, Famish says normally C, G, D, A. Yeah. Well, or C. That's normal tuning. So this part is, let's do the first part, and then there's a chord change, and then it goes back to the same thing. Yeah, so it's the same pattern, but it's on different strings. And then we go back to the double stops. And then things change in a bit. here. Okay, so the pattern is... be closer to the bridge with my bow so that these harmonics don't sound like crap. I should do that so I can see the next page. My pedal is very far away from me. Welcome back, Usa. Is everything being recorded through that SM58? No, I have an AT 2020 down, pointed at my C string side F hole. No, I did used to use just the SM or just the AT 2020, and it just didn't get. I needed a boost. I needed a boost for my voice. So I had this mic, so I didn't have to buy it. I already had it. Okay, so let's just do this pattern. I think that's a down bow, by the way. I think that's a down bow. No, it's an up bow. Down, up, 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 down, up, down, up. Yeah, it's an up bow. The pattern starts on an up bow. Okay, I'm going to play this slower. I have the patterns. It's just when I put them together, I'm like not paying attention to where the changes are. Oh, maybe I don't have all the patterns down. Down by the bridge, the harmonics sound a lot better. Quiet Entertainer, hey! Nice to see you. These harmonics are what's good, I guess. Quiet Entertainer, it is very good to see you. Pop in. Are you, I know you were starting to get, like, you were working on getting set up to stream, so I'm going to give you a shout out. But you should go follow, I think. Quiet Entertainer is, I hate to say, like, what you do is pushing the craft of DJ and the art of DJing, really pushing sort of the limits and the boundaries and the creativity of what DJing means. So go give Quiet Entertainer a follow if that sounds interesting to you. Hope you've been well. See, okay, so let's work on this pattern is the one that I'm having trouble with. Bow, down here. There it is, there it is. And if you're in the Nashville area, you should try and catch Quiet Entertainer live. I would suggest that you do that. Back to the beginning part. Actually not the beginning part. All right. Clearly I think I need to come back to this section and really get those patterns down. But let's check out, this is a pretty new piece. I've only been working on it for like 2 weeks, and my teacher didn't even really cover this with me. He was just like, so the Heart That's Afraid of Breaking, the piece that I was working on before. Oh, I don't even have that up on the screen. Here, let me do this. Oh, my bot's not here. Whatever. So for those of you just joining us, I was running Linux, or was running Windows on this system up until Friday, and I'm mad at Microsoft. I mean, I've never been happy with Microsoft, but I'm especially mad at Microsoft right now. So they want me to upgrade to Windows 11, and I was like, nah, I'll pass. So I installed Linux. So this is the first time I'm actually doing anything with it. Like with this system, this is my test stream. Anyway, these pieces that I've been working on by Helen Mountfort. She's a composer originally from New Zealand, now in Melbourne, Australia, and composed these really nice cello pieces that I've been working on. So you should go. And I bought my sheet music on Bandcamp, which is like the coolest thing ever. You're still on Windows 10. Yeah, so most of my systems are Macs, but I wanted, when I bought this laptop, I bought it because it has 2 USB-C ports, it has 2 USB-A 3.0 ports, and one USB 2.0 type A port. So I got like just on a laptop, I got all these ports and they're all full. Well, they will be all, well, sorry. I have one of my 2 USB-C ports are full. And right now, currently my slow USB port is empty, but usually my Stream Deck goes there, but my Stream Deck is not functional right now. It was a casualty of the Linux upgrade. But I don't want to buy a new laptop, and I don't want to use Windows, and I don't want to, it's a whole thing, right? So I was like, all right, Linux, here we go. So it seems to be working now that we figured out one problem. Seems to be working all right. Okay, so this next section here, what is going on? So we're going back to the double stops. I keep going too short for those harmonics. There's something different. And now we have gone to treble clef in this next section. And I think I wasn't actually sure what to do here. Famish says most people are happier that way. Yeah, I mean, I'm not happy with Apple either, but I'm less cranky with Apple than I am with Microsoft at this juncture. I'm sure it'll change at some point. But yeah, I'm just, I got hopes and dreams, and I expect a lot. About to order a Mac Neo, hopefully not a mistake, should be okay for my usage. I hope so, Whammy. Those are, I think, what are you going to use it for? I was tempted, because this is the only laptop I have right now. I have a lot of computers, but like I use them. I use them until I got a 10-year-old, an 11-year-old iMac that I'm still using. It's just in the kitchen for like playing music, and like if I'm in the kitchen doing stuff, I'll have Twitch up or whatever. So that's what I'm doing. So I have these computers laying around because I use them forever. I use them until they drop dead. But I didn't want to get another. I didn't want to spend the money on another system. So hopefully putting Linux on this, aside from the streaming thing, like regardless if it was going to work for streaming or not, the plan was to use this as like the travel, even though it's a big giant honking system. It was, if I need a laptop, this was the one that I was going to use. So, which I have been using, but, see, Whammy says I want it, to run my stream and for everyday browsing. Yeah. Running Logic on my other computer. I hear it's good to separate for smooth streaming. It may or may not matter. It used to matter more for like with the Intel processors. I don't know about the Neo because I know it's a different chip. But when I first started streaming, I started streaming on that 11-year-old iMac, which is an Intel Mac, and it could barely stream. And I had to have Record Box and OBS, and that was all I could have open. That was all I could have open. Okay, so this next section is on the G and D strings. So here, so it's A and C sharp. Is that where no. Oh, your Logic Mac is old. Yeah, then you know, if you're running on like lower powered stuff, then That'll probably help. Okay, so we've got what would be, oh, we're in, we switched to treble clef. We were in bass clef, now we're in treble clef. So I gotta turn violin brain on, because violin brain is the brain that knows the treble clef. So we've got a D, which is, okay, I see what's happening here. We've got a D and an A. So are we doing, that would be a G. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. How many times do we do that? We're in 3/4. Oh wait, no, we're in, yeah. But it's really. So then what's the chord change? The chord change is a G. And then we have, so it goes. And then we have another chord change. So there's two measures each of those chords. And then there's one measure of this chord. And we've got here, we're supposed to stay on the D and the G strings, which is really a D and an F sharp string because I'm tuned down. And we've got a B and an F sharp. So where's that F sharp? That's their, where is the harmonic? Ah. So when my teacher played this, we were talking about where, like, the length of the fingerboard and stuff on the cello versus a guitar. And I think I'm going to wipe my strings off, because I think I have to go way, way up there. And I don't know, touching strings with rosin creeps me out. So anyway, let's see. Family says, I used to run 2 Macs on Intel, one for tracking and one for soft synths. And Whammy says, yeah, it's smooth on the old Mac too. I can't update it anymore though, so I don't ever put it on the internet for security reasons. Yeah, that's smart. Okay, so here, so where is that note? Let's just worry about this string. Okay, so let me think about this. We got an F sharp here. I think it's up here. Yeah, so it'll be. So, and is that? Oh, I got to remember what is written here isn't what I'm playing when I'm on the G or the C strings, because I'm tuned down. So I think it's this. That's going to be really hard to hit precisely. And then we go up again to a C. So that should be a D. Yeah. I'm gonna have to ask my teacher about this. We're getting into territory where this is gonna be really unpleasant for the rest of you to listen to. Let's take a look. Let's skip this section and let's look at the next section. So here, the next section is just the beginning section again with the double stops. Then we do here. So we got that again. And then we got this again. And then we got again on the C and the G, on the G and the D string. I'm not even gonna try. So this is in bass clef. Oh my goodness. So maybe it's not as high as the other part. I'm gonna ask my teacher about that. So we got more double stops and they're all eighth notes. Well, on the G string, okay, we're still in bass clef, so it's another G. So it's probably this one. It is this one. And then on the D string, oh, we have so many ledger lines. Is that another G? But this is an F sharp. Counting ledger lines. Let's do this so it's bigger. It's an A. It's an A. Might be that. And then we have a B and a G. So, yeah. I'm just gonna let my teacher talk to my teacher about that section. And then the end just goes back to the double stops. Same pattern. Okay, so we've looked at the whole thing. That's pretty good. I'm pleased with that. It's only 3 pages. I really like these pieces. Okay, well, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock. So I think we have accomplished a lot tonight. We got some practice in. We fixed some stuff. We identified some things to fix. So not bad for a test stream, hey? I would say. Not bad, not bad. Cool. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. We're going to do this. My Stream Deck is not working right now, so I'll have to do this here. I guess we're gonna. So I'm working on a schedule. Wednesday afternoons, U.S. time is what I'm kind of shooting for like a regular day. And then I've just been doing pop-ups. Now that I think I have my system rebuilt and dealt with, what's up, Umo? Yeah, now that I got my system dealt with, at least like where I know I can stream, that's good. So yeah, and I've been working on kind of off and on. I've been working on getting back up and running for DJing, and DJing will not be on Twitch or YouTube. I will DJ on Streamplace and Mixcloud. So that's where that'll happen. Rainstorm says Central Time, the only time zone that matters. Yes. Thanks, Famished. That's I shot that at a show. I can't remember. I think that might have been the Soft Moons pedal board from the front row. So that's why it's upside down. But yeah, so that's the deal. So, thank you everybody for hanging out on both Twitch and YouTube. And thank you, Cathadora and DJ Vegan in Black for being here. Give me some mod love in the chat if you would like. Go follow Quiet Entertainer and Umo streams and Cathadora streams and DJ Vegan in Black streams. And on the YouTube side, I know Never Not Whammy streams. I popped in once, but I've been meaning to catch him more. So yeah. Thanks everybody. Let's find YouTube. We're going to say goodbye. Twitch, we're going to find somebody to raid. And I'll see some of you hopefully Wednesday, if not before. Oh, thanks Jiggly Dad for your help, by the way. Jiggly helped me with some stuff.